Hey people, injured here, 2v2, Medean Jungle Mines, blue team. We've got a couple of heavyweights. It's a Hive Tyrant from Yadav. Durable commander that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some very good offense, disruption and support. Begins in melee combat with a basic synapse alongside Helgron as a Chaos Lord. Durable and destructive commander walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Some good offense and disruption. Fights mainly in melee combat. Over on the red team, another big fatty, it's Jorg as a brother captain. Durable commander that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, and very good offense, support and disruption also. And rounding off the teams, it's Sneery Thug as a force commander, very good offense, fights in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support with buffs. Heading mid and gonna support his tactical marines, is he? I guess not. Here he goes. Scouts meanwhile capping north. It's Chaos Lord versus Force Commander in the north. Classic matchup. And Hive Tyrant versus Brother Captain. Stormtroopers being chased down. That's not good for them at all. Here come a strike squad. He's trying to keep these guys in play. Lost only one model. Not too bad. Just retreat them back there and reinforce, I think. Force Commander get in amongst those heretics. Just such bad news for them early on. That battle cry doing 40 damage, taking more than half their health. And Chaos Space Marines backing away. He can just sit in cover and use his bolt pistol there. Tactical Marines on capping duty, capping 50% faster than normal. Scouts were forced off though by a Chaos Lord, and he would force you off a cap, wouldn't he? Double Termagants up of course for Yadav. Warrior Brood on the way. Jorg investing in power generators. Is he going for interceptors here? What is he up to? Strike squad going to be forced off, but they do get the decap, so that's okay. He's judged it okay. Hive Tyrant getting in there. Does quite a lot of damage by default, the Hive Tyrant. One of the highest DPS. Doesn't have a ranged weapon though, of course. A ranged sidearm. We have grenade launchers up already from Jorg. Going to use them to disrupt those double termagants and do a hell of a lot of damage as well. And Strike Squad are no slouch at range combat, 15 DPS piercing each, and they have a pretty strange firing pattern, which means that they all target the same model usually, with very little or no spread, so they tend to drop models very quickly. Took a lot of damage here though, and there's a Warrior Brood. They don't really want to fight those guys. 18 DPS power melee on them, and they have that leap into combat. Hormagaunts alongside. If these guys have adrenal glands, it's a pretty scary little melee force in tier 1 with that knockback, and then all those Hormagaunts coming in. Iron Warrior scheme, by the way, for Helgron. Looks like it's been recolored slightly maybe. 500, 437 is a 2-to-1 cap. And Jorg has gone for Purgation. We might see double Purgation from Jorg. Purgation are good since they give you the Purged by Fire ability, so you can slow down that Hive Tyrant. And if you get it right, slow down this entire blob of melee Tyranids here. Brother Captain is doing his best to whittle down those warriors, but Jorg is getting doubled here. Here's the Purgation, 3 incinerators. Incinerators that suppress targets, but there is the Purge by Flame, slowing down all of this stuff, but Warrior Brood still get in there. 500, 413. Interesting thing about the incinerators is, I'm not sure if it's in this build or it's just this next one, but anything that's suppressed by those incinerators cannot jump on to the Purgation squad or anything else. So the Warlock and these warriors can't use their passive charge leap while they're suppressed by it. Double CSM from Helgron. No sign of Eternal War, so we might see quick tier 2 into Blood Crusher maybe. Space Marines can transition to anti-vehicle very, very quickly and easily, but sometimes you want to get that Blood Crusher up. Make them spend resources to counter it. Devastator's double tax. No sign of shotguns. No, it looks like he's relying on his Force Commander to deal with the heretics, and it's just a straight up DPS from the tactical marines as well. Look at that. Takes that one with a sync kill. and can now bash power. No flamer, but a lot of bolter fire to take them down. Jorg now pushing the south. Full army though here, waiting from Yadav. Or is it? No, Termagant's back at base. Pretty nice damage from these Purgation. All three firing on Termagant's sake. And they'll do a lot. Hive Tyrant though leading a line. That's how you want to use this guy early on. Put him in front of your army. Take all the shots with your Hive Tyrant. And then follow up with Tyranids everywhere. Down goes the brother captain. We are the hammers worn off. Warrior Brood taking shots though. Losing 2 models off those guys. Hive Tyrant doing such a good job soaking up damage. Purgation lucky to get away with a single model. It's double strike from Jorg, and the Hive Tyrant is going to go down here. Yes, Strat Squad did drop 2 models. Should be able to be revived there, so I don't think that was a bad trade. Needs to get these Termagants out of there though. Just about does. 500, 336. Red team yet to take a VP off of the blue team's counter. Raptors on the field for Helgron. Jump troop with 30 DPS melee, which is not bad for a jump troop. Although now that Devastators and Havocs have melee resistance, they're not quite as dangerous. But that big blob of suppression on land is incredibly useful, especially if you concentrate and send them after another unit just after they land, because then they do their little passive charge leap and they can suppress a whole other blob of stuff. Because suppression keeps going, I think, for 3 seconds. There, you see they get like 2 bursts of suppression come out. 471, 333. There is the 2-1 for red. They're now ticking down the blue team's counter. But something is mid-capping? No, something's mid-fighting. It's Heretics and the Chaos Lord with a combi flamer. Devastators forcing off the Raptors. Raptors have a 65 energy jump, so they're incredibly energy intensive. Benefit a hell of a lot from leveling. Brood nest up south from Yadav. Everyone tier 2. Helgron the last to go. Did he get double Eternal War? No. Did get a 30 power combi flamer though, and 25 power Sprang Champion. Then 40 power Raptors. Doesn't want to push. He's quite wary of those Purgation. So if he does lead the line with the Hive Tyrant, they can just stop him in his tracks basically, and taking shots from double strike is painful on a single model. Inquisitorial Stormtroopers lead in to get line of sight and maybe disrupt with their grenades. I think it's going to be very, very vital to time this. You might want to just save it. Instead of using it on the Termagants, use it on this little blob of Hormagaunts and Warriors. Don't use it to initiate, use it at that vital moment. Hive Tyrant dithering a little bit, but now he's tied up the Purgation. Looks like they did not get the Purge by Flame off on this guy. Warrior Brood leaping in. They have their adrenal glands, takes them up to 1485 hit points and gives them heavy melee damage. As you can see there, 23 heavy melee DPS. Not bad at all. And again, in amongst the Purgation and forcing them off. Again, a bit lucky to get away with 2 models. Oh, they did lose another one. So Tyranid is able to push there. Seemed to be caught off guard a little bit. Jorg couldn't respond. Termagants meanwhile was shooting generators, and here comes the Chaos player to double this gen farm. And red team in serious amounts of trouble. We do have a Thunderhammer Force Commander with Iron Halo at level 2. Shotgun Scouts are in play. Those Heretics may be causing him more problems. Also Raptors now to deal with. We have a Chaos Dreadnought. Comes equipped with a auto cannon by default. As you see there, decent damage to all targets. Small area of effect is set to get buffed in the next update. It's now going to do damage in a slightly larger radius, I believe, which will help it shred infantry a bit better, which it struggles a little bit with. I mean, it's on a 1000 hit point walker, so with decent range and anti-everything weapon. Tough to keep that balanced. 469, 206. And las cannon forced off. We do have side cannons up for the purgation. Wow, taking out a couple of raptors. Helgron forgot about them for a second. Warriors getting absolutely wrecked by ranged fire. Now he should be forcing melee combat with his strike squad. There we go. If he did that a little bit earlier, he would have finished off those warriors. I think he still might do it. They do get away. In fact, we have a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. Improved Synapse and Warp Field. Very popular build these days for the Hive Tyrant. The Venom Cannon is getting adjusted. It's now going to have a minimum range, so you can get close to the Hive Tyrant and shoot him without taking anything back. Wow, so many Termagants dying from those side cannons. Wow, racking in the XP there. Yadav just lost most of his army. Lost his warriors, lost his Hormagaunts. I thought the warriors got away. Lost the Termagant brood. Oh, he still has his warriors. I'm blind. They're here. He lost Termagants and Hormagaunts. So, red team should be able to get straight back into this now. Helgron has a strong army, but Yadav with just 2 units. Does have a strong Hive Tyrant. Could put a brood nest mid and maybe his team can sit there for a while he recovers. Look at this. They've straight up capped this power here. He has a lot of resources, but what does he get now? I'd get double Zoanthropes to shoot this purgation, but he might just want to go tier 3 here. Oh, he gets Gene Stealers of all things. He's got the melee synapse up. Gene Stealers are awesome, but the trouble with Tyranid tier 2 in team games in a way, and 2v2s I suppose, you have such cost efficient options that don't bleed you models in the form of the Tyrant Guard and the Zoanthrope. 2 of the most cost efficient units in the game, I think. Just 40 power for the Zoanthrope, 55 power for the Tyrant Guard. You get 2 of those things up pretty easily, 2 of either of them pretty easily, or 1 of each, and then go tier 3. Gene Stealers will bleed you models, but if you can use them right, get them flanked in, get them into combat, they will wreck things for you. And these guys, as you can see, up to 1732 hit points at level 1 because of that melee synapse and the improved synapse from the Hive Tyrant. Chaos Lord getting in there with a blood maul, but the captain has gone for the Nemesis Demon Hammer. Did he somehow know that these Gene Stealers were on the way? Otherwise, it's a strange purchase, but might help him out quite a lot. He's got the Psychic Lash, can use that on a Warrior Brood model, then try and focus down to get those Synapse Bombs going. Sneery Thug with some Stone Guard Veterans. Vengeance rounds loaded in, and a Missile Launcher. The Dreadnought remains, though. So he's got a lot of AV. Las Cannon, Stern Guard, Missile Launcher. Here come Gene Stealers. Smack. 416, 155. They've got a lot of VPs to make up. Is Yadav going to go tier 3 from this? You'd think so, but I don't think a Zoanthrope or 2 would go amiss here. Fighting ranged heavy armies apart from the commanders themselves. Dreadnought now on the way for Sneery Thug, and Yadav does go tier 3. They are dominating the map still. Jorg very slow to get out of his base and start capping stuff. Maybe he was thinking about supporting his ally. But look at this blue team. Despite Yadav's losses, are keeping the pressure up. They are bashing power here. 416, 140. Red team really need to get going. Armor of Alacrity on the way for the Force Commander will help him chase down those models and get the kills. We've got double Mark of Zinch on the CSM. That is so painful. Inferno PvP damage. Just streaming out of them and wrecking Marines. Here's the Dreadnought though for Sneery Thug. By default, the Space Marine Dreadnought is a melee walker with those 2 close combat weapons and wrist-mounted flamer. Just saw Malignant Blindness there briefly from the Chaos Lord, I believe, one of his globals. Termagants trying to fight Grey Knights in melee. What were they up to? They're forced off. And Jorg has taken the south. So there's the 2-1 for blue. And they will take the north as well. They have both the naturals. should be using his scouts, I think, a bit more proactively to go after areas where nobody's fighting. As you can see, the mid is completely deserted. Could have sent his scouts there and capped quickly and took this with tactical marines. Also grab this thing. See this? Static indecision. I'm being mean, but as soon as you force someone off, your first thought should be, what can I cap right now? Hive Tyrant switching to the Crushing Claw. That is very, very odd. Spends 40 power for the Venom Cannon, then spends 50 power for the Crushing Claw. He's taking models with it, but he's going to be taken out himself. Yes, he is. Now struggling to hold his VP. I think the Jinxers were a mistake. Double Zone Thropes would have been a lot better. But look what he's done to Jorg. He's taken his Purgation out. He's taken his Stormtroopers out. Brother Captain's level 3. So it's a nice back and forth at the bottom. Brother Captain able to stay in the field though right now. 378, 91 is a triple cap for red. Helgron seems to have fallen a little bit flat here. His Raptors obviously countered pretty hard by the Thunderhammer. It's such a powerful anti-melee weapon. I mean, is there anything quite like it? You get that 10 seconds of constant knockback, which just cannot be dodged. You either retreat out, control the Force Commander very well, or just take all of those hits. 336, 91. Strat Squad have taken bottom. His bashing powers going all the way down. Yes, it is. Hive Tyrant level 3. He's well into tier 3. Not buying anything. He needs 150 power for the Carnifex, I'm sure he wants. Lictor would do really well though. Can jump in on those double strike. But now Jorg is going tier 3. We know what the tier 3 means for Grey Knights. Terminator variants. 312, 91. Don't think he wants to get Paladins with the Genestealers around. Most likely Grey Knight Terminator is first. 312, 85. There's the no cap game. Blue will take mid. Red are going to take the other two, so they will get a 2-1. Or will they? Wow. Tactical Marine is getting shredded by a double CSM with Marco Zinch. You have a Marco Zinch Chaos Dreadnought also. Las Cannon is still in play though, so he doesn't want to get close, as you can see. He's got that to fight the Space Marine Dreadnought at range. Chaos Lord trying to sneak past the Dreadnought, which didn't work out for him. 312, 85. Something's coming mid to support. Yes, it's the Brother Captain with that We Are the Hammer. Such an amazing starting ability. Everyone's tier 3. Sneery Thug the last to go, having got that Dreadnought out late in tier 2. Gives up, bashing the power. Not enough stuff to eat. But here comes the Hive Tyrant. Tying up the Strat Squad immediately. There is the demolishing strike. Genestealers now using their Adrenal Rush. Out. Warrior Brute dropping a model. Force Commander's now in there, so they need to back the hell away. Strat Squad, wow, playing it really, really dangerously there. Just straight up staging combat with the Tyranids, hoping for that Brother Captain and that Force Commander to come in. Doesn't want to lose his Hive Tyrant again. Yeah, retreat out, there we go. Blue team engaging at different times, as you can see. Red team a lot more solid here at this stage in the game. Sitting in mid. Sneery Thug has a really nice army. And Jorg is getting his Grey Knight Terminators up, and they should tear through the Warriors and the Genestealers, but we do have a Carnifex on the way. Ow, down goes the Marco Z Dreadnought. Oh, last cannon shots and the melee from this guy taking it down. Blue team struggling. They have this though, genned up. Look at this. Carnifex could change things. Thornback charging in. Needs to be careful of that las cannon though, since it has just full sight over this area. Force Commander chasing something into base, I think. We do have some more heretics up for Helgron. He's got nothing yet. What would he get? A Predator's really risky to take mid with the amount of AV that Sneery Thug has got. I think he should have got blood letters up maybe instead of that dreadnought. But hey, hindsight is easy. Tyranids in amongst the Grey Knights. Grey Knight Terminators are there. What is this? Terminators from Sneery Thug. Assault Terminators, yes it is. Tyranids need to get out of there. Staying in combat way too long against Terminators. Just about get away, yes they do. The Grey Knight Terminators with a wrist-mounted side cannon right now. There's an Imperial Abyss. Wasted, I think. Trying to catch Terminators on it, but Terminators can teleport out. That was a bit of a waste from Helgron. Maybe just trying to buy some time, but they already have the mid capped up and stuff. Carnifex has gone for the Barb Strangler. Helgron asking Yadav to be careful, sending his Barb Strangler in the middle, since there's a las cannon and all this other stuff. Spore Mines chasing down Tactical Marines. Can they get a model? Probably not. No, they're going to be shot down. 225, 85. I don't think Spore Mines give you XP when you kill them, and that's set to be adjusted for the next update. They're going to give you a small amount of XP. So you get a reward for fighting those incredibly annoying things. What's he up to, that Carnifex? That was a weird animation. Taking las cannon shots needlessly. What's he trying to do? Librarian, I should say, on the way for Sneery Thug. Jorg has a nuke to use. Yadav can also use a Tyrant formation. Blue team just hoping to split and cap. Just avoid the mid here. They're playing it right at the moment. Yadav needs to be careful staying in the engagements way too long. There's Assault Terminators and Grey Knight Terminators in the middle. Not the place to hang out. 211.78. Yadav, surely he wants to get the Doom of Manatee up now. Surely. Needs 125 power, I believe it is at the moment. 500, 125. They don't have any gens here. Don't even have it noded. But he's gone for the tier 3 Lictor is what he's gone for. We do see a Chaos Predator for Helgron with the Marco Zinch will help them shoot down those Terminators, but there's a bunch of AV to contend with, not to mention the Assault Terminators and the Psy Cannon from the Grey Knight Terminators. They have a las cannon, missile launcher, Stern Guard veterans. Needs to be very careful, this Predator tank. 208.70. Blue team are not getting their 2-to-1, are they? They can't push top easily. He's going to take this Dreadnought down. That's pretty good. But he's going to lose it, I think. Yeah, he just ran into trouble like crazy. He doesn't even get the Dreadnought. That was really bad for Helgron. 194.70. I don't think blue team can hold on here. Unless they get a really good nuke or red team do something really stupid. Because Jorg can drop a Land Raider Crusader soon. And I think that's GG. Helgron getting some Havocs up. Maybe wants some las cannons to help him shoot down those Terminators. 177.70. It's a 1-to-1 cap. Red team. I mean, if Jorg had a larger army, they'd be far and away taking this. I think it's the fact that Sneery Thug is dragging his army north and then mid instead of splitting. We have Paladins on the way for Jorg. Hive Tyrant back to his feet. The Chaos Lord levels to 4 has Demonic Visage and Mantle of Hate. That's an orbital. He lifts the Hive Tyrant. He lifts the CSM. Yadav didn't even move his Hive Tyrant. Going to lose him immediately again. The CSM survived though. They're level 2. They're alright. And now red team can take mid again. 177.55. Going after Strat Squad. Level 4 Strat Squad. Can he get a model? Yeah, here we go. And there's the Drain Life on Terminator. It's not going to work out very well for you, Mr. Chaos Lord. Does get away though? Yes, he does. Red team should really be pushing for the triple, I think. Where are those paladins at? Here they are. Heavy melee with those Nemesis demon hammers. Just really bad news for his Carnifex, especially if the assault terminators and the paladins teleport on it. Won't be able to shoot and it will just get wrecked. No melee resistance on that guy. 157, 55. Gene Stealer's in amongst Strike Squad. This was the first mistake, I think, from Yadav, getting those Gene Stealers up after losing everything. Apart from the much safer and more efficient option of Zone Thropes. Yeah, it's boring, but Zone Thropes just get the job done. 144, 55. Lictor trying to be a nuisance. He did decap. Dreadnought now looking for him. Oh, there we go. Scouts getting their sergeant up so they can spot this guy. And he has heavy melee, but he doesn't want to fight a melee Dreadnought, that's for sure. He thinks he's safe here, Yadav. I don't think he's paying attention to his Lictor. I can't see him again. Red team are going for the triple now. Down goes the Carnifex. Well, there you go. Wrist-mounted side cannon on both of these guys, and the Paladins helping to finish it off. Now the Doom Manatar hits the field. Is it going to be enough? That Paroxysm doing huge amounts of damage to super heavy and heavy infantry, and since Terminators and Paladins and stuff are so slow moving generally, it hurts them really bad. 88-55. This Dreadnought has been fantastic. Now has Dark Age of Technology. 1620 hit points level 2 with that. It's an autocannon he's gone for. They are amazing on Havocs. Look at the damage it was doing to that Dreadnought. But there's that Thunderhammer. He's really struggled to control this Force Commander since he got that thing. He's level 6 now. Really has struggled with that. 65-55, so 1-to-1, but it's red teams to lose, and has been for a while. Now that we have this Paladin and Grey Knight Terminator blob going. Oh, did he lose the Doom Manatar already? I don't see the carcass anywhere, but I'm not sure if it stays. He must have lost it. Wow. Now that he doesn't have its shield, it does go down a lot easier. Need to be quick on that retreat. The Hive Tyrant's still down mid. 46-55. There's a triple cap. Red team are going to take this. Yadav kind of messed things up. Not the best game for him, but hey, happens to everyone. One last push from Helgron to try and kill some stuff for Khorne. There's a ton of formation. Kills a Stone Guard veteran, I think. It's a pretty decent nuke, I think, ton of formation. I know a lot of people think it's weak, but decent damage, bunch of disruption. I like it, especially since it spawns so quickly. Even if they instantly retreat, you're gonna hit them, I think. Lictor was trying to decap the top, but yeah, Yadav had that really bad engagement and recovered poorly, I think, with Gene Stealers, which didn't do a whole lot for him in the end. And some strange Hive Tyrant choices, getting that Venom Cannon and then switching to Crushing Claws and losing him a bunch of times. Chaos Order was level 4, very nearly level 5. Brother Captain, level 6, had Blessed Aegis and Psychic Lash at the end alongside that hammer, and the Force Commander level 6. Armor of Alacrity, Thunderhammer, Iron Halo. There you have it, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.